Hello world, welcome back to program Progressive Programming with me, Ram. In our last video, we have explored Spring Boot annotations, Spring modules using a cinematic or analogy. If you have missed it, I have attached the link in the description. Please do watch it. Let's move on. Let's quickly recap what we have discussed. Annotations were the buttons, modules were the features in the car. But here's the question, right? Who presses the button? Who actually bring these features alive? That's exactly what we will learn today. Spring Beans. Spring is all about beans. Think of it this way. In the real world, a button alone does nothing until someone presses it, right? And that someone is the bean. See this. The car has all the features, but unless the driver's hands touch these buttons, nothing happens. In Spring Boot, these hands are the spring beans. They bring annotation to life, activating the features. Let's get into a small example. In a restaurant, the kitchen is filled with amazing things. Fancy ovens, stoves, fridges, vegetables, and all different types of fruits which are glowing. But no one is cooking. Only the chef and waiters make the magic happen, right? The chefs here are the beans, right? So they arrive, start chopping, cooking, and the waiters serving these delicious food to the customers. Spring beans are those chefs and waitresses. They operate the modules, mix the logic, and serve the final result to the user. Simple, no beans, no service. To make it more clear, let's imagine a smart home. You have got enough smart switches, Alexas, alarms, Google Assistants, and whatnot all ready to go. But what if nobody lives in the house? There is nothing liveliness happen, right? It's completely useless. And the house looks empty and silent. When the family enters or the residents are there in the house, Alexa alarms or instantiate all the necessary items in the house instantaneously. Lights turn on, AC starts, and Alexa start response, and the TV starts picturing, and that's how it works. The residents are here like beans. They actually use those features. Spring without beans is like an empty smart home, even though it looks shiny but lifeless. To summarize, the core idea behind the Spring framework is this. Spring is all about beans. I am a bean and I am all about beans. That's what it is. Unfortunately, think about a scenario if we are talking about a bigger application where everything is bean, right? Starting from every class or functionality you write gets represented as a bean inside the Spring container. So as a whole, if you make this application, there will be a lot of beans created, and who is going to manage this? It is a heavy duty process, right? Forget about it. There is a guy who takes care of this, and that's our hero, Spring Container. He manages these beans, gives them life, and connects them with others. Wow, the Spring Container is the real big daddy, isn't it? We have learned about Spring Bean with various examples, and we also learned about this big daddy who takes care of these beans. But technically speaking, think about a scenario. As an individual, if someone is taking care of everything, and if you are the real player and you struggle, how do you even handle the struggle? Meaning, when you get into an exceptional state or when you get into an error state, how are you going to come out of it? Unless and otherwise, you know what happens internally with these beans, right? So learning a life cycle of a bean is very important as learning the programming. The life cycle of a spring bean is just like the journey of a coffee bean. Think about it. Coffee farm comes alive at sunrise, And then these coffee beans are picked freshly from the plants. These beans are roasted, blended with milk, sugar, or some spices. Later, this guy, barista, comes in, adds some special touches, froth it, a latte art it, then whatnot. A steaming hot coffee is served, which is ready to drink. You sip it, enjoy it, and get whole energy, right? And finally, once it's all done, the cup is emptied and cleaned, and this life cycle of the bean gets over. Similarly, when the container started, as soon as the server picks in, the bean gets instantiated, followed by all the dependencies around this beans gets injected. That's where the first time bean gets its liveliness or bean turns into alive during this init method. And as soon as it passes the init method, the bean is moved to a state called ready. When it is in the ready state, a bean will be managed or used by multiple classes inside the method, outside the class, everywhere. After its journey is complete, the container calls the destroy method. That is where the cycle of the bean gets ended. Let's understand this little bit technically. In our previous car example, we have seen a scenario where a hand touches and then the music starts playing, right? Similarly, here we have a class called a music system and it has a functionality to play the music. And there is another class called a car service where this music system is injected. This is what a dependency injection is, right? And this music system started playing the music as soon as the car service start method is called. This is how a bean is manipulated and managed or being used. And that's all, my dear friends. It's a story of string beans. From coffee farms to coffee cups, you have understood how string beans are born, managed, and used. If you enjoyed this cinematic learning, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notification so you don't miss the next episode in our spring journey. Thank you very much. One code, one line at a time. See you in the next video.